The blow came at 7:19 when the subway braked and a stranger fell on top of me. His jacket opened and a key with a tag and a crumpled piece of paper fell out. In blue ink was my full name in my mother's handwriting. The man murmured a last name, grabbed the pole, and disappeared among the bodies. I kept the key and the paper as if they were both a threat and evidence. That afternoon, I went to 27 Fresno Street. The key opened a padlock that seemed to be waiting for me. Inside, it smelled damp. In a drawer, I found 2 hospital bracelets, one with my birth date and another from 2 days earlier, and photos of my mother holding a baby that wasn't me. The crack opened silently. I called my mother and she talked about the weather. My sister wrote in the chat that I was making up dramas. The next day, my father summoned me to the notary's office. There was an open envelope with DNA and a confidentiality agreement. He said they were administrative errors and that I should sign. I didn't sign. When I returned, my room was emptied of papers and photos. My mother had erased all traces of me. My sister was forwarding my messages to my aunts. And in another thread, someone wrote, "Disinherit." The fear smelled of chlorine. I went back to Fresno. There were bills from the Luz del Sur Sanatorium and a file number. In the file, there was a note about a crib change due to neonatal overcrowding and the last name I'd heard on the subway. I called the number from a hallway. A woman, Veronica, answered, saying she'd been waiting for that call for years. We met at a coffee shop. She brought returned receipts and a photo of a baby with my same birthmark on her collarbone. She explained that her sister couldn't get pregnant and that my mother and my aunt had agreed to a silent exchange, covered by my father's company insurance and a sanatorium administrator. The man on the subway was her brother, who was only away for short periods. He'd been hanging around my station with the key for weeks. I returned home with a burning certainty. My father was waiting for me in the kitchen. He pulled out another unopened DNA envelope from months earlier. He tore it open. We weren't a match. He said he tried to fix everything when I was 5, but my mother had stopped him with threats. I understood his silence. Before going back, I went to see my grandmother. She greeted me with a box identical to the one from Fresno and an embroidered blanket. Her hands trembled as she said everything had been done to protect me. That night, in the family group chat, my mother sent an audio message saying I was unwell. My sister added screenshots of my messages. An aunt suggested removing me from the company. They preferred to protect the family name. I understood that the official version was worth more than my life together. I swore to myself I would never be silent again. Never. That night, I wrote my resignation. I put the key, the bracelets, and the photos in my backpack. I left my father's envelope on the table, along with the address from Fresno. At dawn, I boarded a bus to Veronica's neighborhood. A woman with light eyes was waiting for me on the corner, holding a blanket embroidered with initials that weren't mine. We looked at each other like someone acknowledging an absence. I hugged the blanket. I called my father to say I was okay. I walked behind the woman down a hallway with crooked frames and potted plants. On a formica table rested another shoebox. Inside was an unsigned letter confirming the story, signed by the building manager. I didn't ask any questions. I placed the key next to the letter and breathed. My name was still the same, but saying it no longer hurt. I heard the kettle and sat down to wait for the tea they had denied me at home.